Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Northwest Native Tractor. Channel Explorers, Bigfoot Ground Spore, and Native Lore. Note the directional marker up there on that broken tree. This is just one of the side areas I pull over at, have lunch, or sometimes a late dinner before I'm going out in the woods. It's one of my regular places to visit. Today, though, I discovered that there's a little bit of root digging going on. And over here, there's a potential tool stockpile. Now, this is something that Bigfoot will do in the wild, out in the deep woods, just as they will in any kind of rural area or any kind of small town location. Note the ground X. I believe this might be a marker here for the individual that's trading tools, because it's a unique piece out of all these other unique pieces. Additionally, it looks like there's a bit of a grass track left here. You can see the heel, the outline of the toe. And when I put my foot down there next to it, yeah, I'm a few inches shy all the way around. So, to examine what's going on here, you got a pile of rocks. That's probably for defense. That's, local material. Out in the wild, it'll be stones. You have a chunk of burnt wood. You've got a bigger tool. Don't know what it might have been, but it looks like it might have been a pickaxe. You've got this little unique pick here. And then you've got all these little tools. Some not yet cleaned, some already cleaned and potentially old, utilized, maybe up for retrade. One very clean, very nice looking, what looks like an awl instead of just a digger tool. It's like a punch of some sort. That one's, a cutter or digger tool. You got this guy over here. This is very reminiscent of a pickaxe. So they'll use a limb core with a solid back. This one's got a hole in it. And a chunk of material that's ripped free from the trunk of the tree when they're pulling the limb core out. This one looks like it might have been fire treated because it's black, like this one here. This one looks like it may have been fire treated as well because it's the wrong color compared to the others. So they'll use these. They're like a handle from the trunk, and they'll use them like a pickaxe, digger tool. So this is very suggestive of a cache of Bigfoot tools. And it looks like some of them have already been utilized. Some of them are broken. Some of them have worn ends. Cleaned up looking. It's not uncommon to find what looks like carving done with a sharp instrument. And that is probably because they've used a glass or obsidian or flint instrument to carve with. Additionally, they will rub stuff on stones in order to sharpen it, that sort of thing, clean stuff. So this is a good potential as a repository of trade tools. Now you'll find the same sort of activity going on out in the deep, out in the deep woods. Much easier to verify that it is not human behavior if it's out in the deep woods. But because I'm familiar with this behavior and understand, according to my lore, that this is Bigfoot activity. And there is a bit of separation between the different piles. They're all organized. So this is common behavior. This is something they do on a regular. There are some individuals within their communities that only trade in tools. This might be an example of an individual that only trades in tools. And looks like he's willing to defend his stockpile. So, have a great evening. Thought you might like to see this. And yes, you can find this behavior out in the deep woods. Like I said, the behaviors will remain the same. The location may change, but the behavior will stay the same. Have a good evening, everyone. Have a great weekend, and I will see you later on.